You want the spray bottle? Okay. Good morning. Today we are going to plant some of the starts from those seeds that we planted together. We aren't going to plant too many today because not too many are ready to be planted out yet. But the things that are ready are the zucchini and the cucumbers. My zucchini plants are getting pretty big now, so I need to get them into their designated spots. And the cucumbers, where are those? This is probably my healthiest cucumber that I have, so I want to get this into its pot so it can grow and flourish instead of trying to grow in my little cup right here. Really quickly, I feel like I need to comment on the fact that these plants were started separately. These ones were started first. These are the ones that I started off camera, and probably, I think it was about a week to... Why are you crying? It's a plant. Yes. Hold on, can I finish telling them something really quickly?
Okay.
Thank you. So these were started about a week and a half before I started these ones. I forgot to add compost and worm castings to them. Yes. I forgot to add compost and worm castings to the soil that I was using. And these ones are the ones that I did add the compost and the worm castings. And these ones look way more healthy to me. Well, I mean, like, side by side. Like, these ones are way more healthy. These were started about a week and a half after these ones. A lot bigger. Let's compare. Okay, Black Beauty zucchini to Black Beauty zucchini. This one is so tiny compared to this one. And I think that adding the compost and the worm castings had something to do with that. Thank you, baby. So I think from now on, I'm going to keep doing that. Another thing I should mention is that the tray that I started these plants on, none of the tomatoes sprouted.
Yes.
Yes, tomatoes. So the tray that I started these plants on, none of the tomatoes sprouted. And these tomatoes did sprout, but they aren't. I have one little one so far. So that might have just been a watering issue.
Mommy.
Yes.
Hi.
That might have just been a watering issue that I just wasn't on top of the watering enough. So that is something to learn for next time. But still, these ones look a lot more healthy to me than these ones. I'm still going to try to plant these ones out. What are you doing? I'm still going to try to plant these out and just see how they do, but I have a feeling that these ones will do better. I think one more thing to add about the differences are that the soil that they're in now is exactly the same. I added compost and worm castings, but these were just started in a soil mixture of potting mix, compost, and worm castings, and these were not. But as soon as they got big enough, I transferred them both into a mixture of potting mix soil and worm castings. So other than what they were actually sprouted in, they've been the same. So it's kind of crazy to me. So what I've done here is prepared the soil. I watered it, I added some compost, so hopefully it's nice and wet all throughout, but I'm going to water it again. And I have selected the plants that I'm going to plant out today. I have two varieties of zucchini. One called a long white zucchini, and the other one is called a Black Beauty zucchini. And I took one of each, I guess, batch. So one seedling from the ones that don't look as healthy, and then one from the ones that look pretty healthy. And I'm going to plant them both and then see which one survives, and then I'll thin them out later on. I'm also going to plant two cucumbers, one from the healthier batch and also one from the ones that don't look as healthy, and we will see which ones survive. First one up is the long white zucchini, so I'm just going to make a hole. Look at that root system. That's so pretty to me. plop that in there like that. I want to train it to go outside of the bag. And then the not so healthy one. Still a beautiful root system. I think I'm spotting some mold. I don't know if you can see that. So we'll see how this one does. Okay, first one's planted. And next, the Black Beauty ones. I feel like I should mention, oh, that is looks like a mango pit. I feel like I should mention this soil. It is very clay heavy. I amended it with a ton of compost, but this soil was completely free. I picked up some soil. Someone was offering free soil on Facebook Marketplace. I thought it was good soil, but it just looks so clay heavy. And so then I found out that my city gives away compost. And so then I went and got some free compost from my city. And so I just amended it with that, but it still looks very clay heavy. So I'm going to have to keep amending, and hopefully it'll be okay. In addition to the free compost that I got from the city, I also got some free compost from a neighbor. She had a big compost bin and she didn't know what to do with all of that compost, so she offered it to me, and I happily accepted. Last but not least, we have the cucumbers. I'm going to do the same thing. Put one from the not so healthy batch and one from the healthier batch in, and we will see which one survives. I really like transplanting my seedlings into these solo cups. I felt like the cup was big enough to allow the roots to get a little bit established. With the seed tray that I was using before, the cells are just a little too small for zucchini and cucumber seeds, so I think I'm going to start with a bigger growing container for next time. The reason I put the zucchinis kind of towards the edge of the bag and the cucumbers on that side as well, the zucchinis I want to grow outside the bag and to vine outwards. And then, or I'm not sure how long they'll get, but if they kind of bush out this way, that's what I want. And then in the back of these, I would like to plant either a pepper plant or a tomato plant. And then the cucumbers will vine upwards. So I want to put a trellis right behind them, and then they'll vine upwards. And then I want to plant either a tomato or a pepper in front of it in this bag. So we'll just see how that goes. But it'll be a while before I can plant out my tomatoes and my pepper plants. But for now, these guys needed to get in to its permanent position and start establishing good roots. So hopefully these guys do well. And that's all I really had planned for today. I still need to go get some more compost for all my other bags. So that'll be a video for another time. I can show you where I get the free compost. It's free to anyone who lives in the city limits of Los Angeles, or it might be county limits. I'm not sure, but I think it might be city limits. And it's completely free. It looks like really good quality compost. I've talked to many people who have used it. They all say it's perfectly fine. They use it for their vegetable garden, and they all go back and get more and more and more. So I'm looking forward to seeing how well that does. thanks for hanging out with me while I planted out some zucchinis and cucumbers. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.